Well, this has been quite the day. We're sitting at Giovanni's table this morning, having breakfast around 9 a.m. Our entire cruise ship went dark. I'm talking everything except the computers shut down. No elevators, no lights, nothing. And here's the kicker. The hot water just came on at 5 o'clock. But now it's out again. And even the cold water is a little iffy. This literally just happened to us today while we were on Adventures of the Seas, docked in St. Croix. And honestly, it's been more of an adventure than I had expected. Most passengers were already off exploring the island, so they missed the whole thing. Hi, I'm Thia of Traveling with Thia. So picture this, it's 9 a.m. We're sitting in Giovanni's enjoying breakfast when suddenly everything just shut off. I mean, everything. Lights, air conditioning, elevators, kitchen equipment, the whole ship just died. The only things that stayed on were the emergency lighting and apparently the computer systems. It's probably why the ship's navigation and safety systems kept working, but everything else dead. Everyone in the restaurant just looked around at each other like, what just happened? The servers started making jokes about who was supposed to pay the light bill, but they were just as confused as we were. You could hear people trying to figure out if this was normal, which it definitely is not. Here's something you don't think about until it happens. No elevators on a massive cruise ship. If you need to get to your cabin and you were on a high deck, you were walking a lot of stairs. And you couldn't get into your rooms because the key cards weren't working. But what was really nice was watching passengers help each other out. People were offering to help the elderly get anything that they might need. The cruise community really shows up when everything is rough. The crew was trying to manage everything manually. No electric key cards working, no automatic systems. They were doing everything the old-fashioned way. And honestly, they were doing a fantastic job. Then Captain Jared came on the intercom. And if you know Captain Jared, you know that he is always upbeat and jovial. Not this time. His announcements were very straightforward. We are experiencing a power outage and we are working on it. It was just so different from his usual cheerful announcements that you knew there was something serious. No jokes, just the facts. When you're sitting in a completely dark restaurant, that really drives the point home. The complete blackout only lasted 30 to 45 minutes. We just sat in Giovanni's, ate our breakfast, chatting with other passengers and watching the staff try to figure out how to operate without any power. The power came back on gradually. First there were a few lights, then some systems came on, and then there was a little while before the elevators, and they had the fire doors closed around the elevators. When the air came on, you could hear like a sigh of relief from the passengers. Giovanni's got back to business pretty quickly once the power was restored. They were apologetic about the interruption and made sure everyone was taken care of. Although the power came back on this morning, after we went out for our day in St. Croix, we came back ready to get our shower after a hot and sticky day. No hot water. At about 4:30, it came on for a minute. We were so excited. I filmed it. It was like, oh, we have hot water. Well, within 2 minutes, it stopped working again. It started up again about 5:30, and I haven't checked again if it's on or off, but stuff happens. But when it keeps going on and off, you start wondering what's really going on with the ship systems. There was even this morning, there was a hot tub that was going haywire and water was shooting everywhere. What's interesting is that other passengers are having a completely different experience. Some sections of the ship seem fine. Others are dealing with the same water issues that we are. It's like a patchwork of problems across the ship. It's definitely not what you expect on a cruise. The whole experience is showing me how complex these cruise ship systems are. When you have a major power failure like we had this morning, it can apparently cause cascading problems that take much longer to fully resolve. Look, I am not trying to bash Royal Caribbean or scare people away from cruising. Stuff like this happens. Systems fail and sometimes the fixes take longer than expected. That's just reality. But I do think it's important for people to know that when something major like a complete power failure happens, the effects can linger for hours or even longer. It's not always a quick fix. If you're planning a cruise, just be prepared for possibilities that things might not work perfectly all the time. Pack some patience along with your sunscreen. So that's where we stand now. We had a complete blackout this morning. Hot water came and went, and now we're dealing with inconsistent water pressure throughout this section of the ship. We had a little bit of an internet issue too going on, so we'll see if I can even post this. It's definitely been an educational day about how cruise ships actually work. If you found this real-time cruise reporting interesting, give it a thumbs up. If you want to see how this situation develops, make sure you subscribe. Until next time, this is Thia sharing real cruise life. Blackouts Water issues, internet issues, and all. Until next time, happy cruising.